I've searched quite a bit. I've found 2 November 7th and let me see, I think it was 3 1980s. And one of the 1980s is over there. I don't know yet if it's part of any divine alignment and signs. The other one is though, and that is right here. So this is where I'm at. I'm at Apostle Eldon Tanner's gravesite. He is the apostle that was voice, kind of like Aaron, the spokesman for Moses. You know, remember Moses, who kind of had some type of and degree of speaking problem. He was a voice in General Conference announcing the revelation that all worthy males may hold the priesthood. And he just happens to be right next to Elijah Abel. Now, Elijah Abel has a lot of patterns that I don't believe are coincidence. He has the 1808. He has, and let me see, I'm not going to count right now because I'm in a hurry. So there's what, a good 5 dates on there. One just happens to be November 27th, which is similar to my birthday. I would consider that the third closest to November 7th in terms of exact symbols. He also happens to have my last name, Deacon, which is only the second grave in over 2 years that I have found with my last name on it. That's not a coincidence, because the Lord wanted my last name on this grave with the November 27th. I 100% guarantee it, next to this Apostle Tanner, who was in the first presidency when I was born. And he has a Helen, which possibly, I'm emphasizing possibly, could mean 1980, Mount St. Helens, and the mission to which I served, New York. It's not the exact mission because that was bigger back then, but you get the point. And further, Elder Tanner just happens to have a November 27th as well, with the Sharon on the Helen on the back. And then my first wife's birthday right next to him. Could be a coincidence, but who knows. With my last name right there. It's not a coincidence. In no way. Also, 1, 2, 3 down from Tanner, Mary McAllister is November 7th. I family searched her. And if you go from the middle of this straight, it runs into the only 1980, or sorry, one of the 3. I think it was 2 or 3. I forgot. So let's test that again. Look. Literally, the symmetry, the alignment, the order. These people trying to teach me about how God works according to order and non-chaos. Duh. Look, order. There's nothing chaotic about this. These are not scattered. These are not chaotic. This is not me going in some half a football field and finding 3 November 7ths and connecting dots that aren't meant to be. The Lord guides his prophets and apostles and many of the members of the church. He commands when we die and when we are born. So 3 down from Tanner, there's a November 7th. With the November 27th, my first wife's birthday. My last name, Deacon, November 10th, a little interesting. It's pretty close. How many dates are on that though? So December, September, So most are abouts. And it just happens to be that one is a November 10th. It could be coincidence, but there's no question that the pattern over here is very strong. He was ordained by Joseph Smith. I served a mission to New York. I have the November 7th pattern. It's got my last name on the back. And right here, next to him, forming a triangle with Tanner, is the second November 7th. And this November 7th forms a line, a diagonal line with that 1980, and one symbol I can't share. So that's a line right there. And before somebody says that's a coincidence, oh, okay, so there's only 2 of those symbols anywhere I can find around here. And it just so happens to be that it goes through a November 7th and a 1980 diagonal and through a symbol I can't share. Don't try to find it, you're not gonna find it. And I'm never gonna tell you. So there's no way that this is a coincidence. And I already knew it. I already knew it before I family searched Mary. I family searched those 3 because there was nothing on it. And I had a hunch, because of how strong this was already, that there was going to be a November 7th on one of those. And there was.